Hello, my friend. This is Michelle Blood, and I am excited. I'm excited about this new age, this new world. What's happening now on the planet can look to the outside world like there's financial disasters or like there's beautiful light or whatever is going on, but I'll tell you what's going on. People are waking up. The veil of illusion is starting to become thinner and thinner. And if you are a seeker and you are on the path to self-discovery, let me tell you, it's not about self-discovery. It's about releasing the self so that you can become your real self, which isn't a self at all, where there's no ego, there's beauty, there's joy, there's abundance. We go through all of these different levels of consciousness. These are experiences that if you do not understand what you're going through, you can actually go backwards instead of up into the light stream. We all want to be in the light stream. And between now, 2009 and 2012, there is so much going on that we aren't aware of. And people, if they're not tapping into this awesome power of love and energy that is now coming into this planet, I'm smiling now because I'm looking at a beautiful plant with Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda. Have all these beautiful pictures of these enlightened beings. But anyway, getting back to you, when we can start understanding, a lot of these Eastern philosophies are very beautiful once we've awakened enough to understand what these great mystics and enlightened saints were speaking about. But I know for myself, when I was going through these experiences, like for example, I had an illuminating experience after a car accident where I was told I may never walk again. And my light came on. I love God. It was like, where does God live? I started going to church again and realizing, well, that's not really what it's about. There must be more. I started reading books by Ernest Holmes and Louise Hay and Napoleon Hill. And bit by bit, I started uncovering the truth. And that's how musivation came to be, because we have to put positive thoughts in to eventually release all that darkness that has been put into our subconscious mind by years and years of programming that is not even our own thoughts. They're not our God thoughts. What we want is more of God in us than us. More of God in us than us. That's our prayer. But how do we recognize when we're having a Kundalini experience where we actually may be going through something very profound, where we're hot and shaking and we don't know what's going on? Some people have been put into psychiatric hospitals because they didn't even understand. They go to therapists and all of this sort of thing. It's a mystical experience. No one can explain it, really. All the mystics speak about the same experience in the best that they can, because really a mystical experience is something that words cannot describe. It is indescribable. When you zoom, you go into that space where you're literally flying through space and you have the light coming at you that is, yes, brighter than 1,000 suns, and your body is shaking with it and you have no idea what's happened, but you feel this joy, and the joy and the love can be so profound. Sometimes it can feel painful if you don't know what to do next. Okay, so from the very beginning of what I went through as well, you start understanding the laws of attraction. You may have seen The Secret. You start getting all of these ideas. Beyond the Secret's coming out soon. It may be out right now with Bob Proctors and all these great people. But then you want to go even deeper. Now, this is where this book comes in. Become a magnet to money through the sea of unlimited consciousness. This book by myself and Bob Proctor goes deep, deeper than you may have ever experienced before. Because if you only knew the omnipotent power that is in your own soul, that diamond that is there, your life would become breathtaking. You may be someone who's at the very beginning, and that's a beautiful place to be. And you want to know the law of attraction, how it works, the universal laws. Great. But then you will want to go deeper and deeper, and you will want to recognize the signs. And that's what the second half of this book is about. The sea of unlimited consciousness. Look at this cover. This is a mermaid, what I call the mermaid section of the level of the sea of unlimited consciousness, where you are becoming one with the sea of eternity. This book is beautiful. This book has been written and downloaded, so to speak, not just from experiences that Bob Proctor and I have had, but through spirit, to help those of you who are wishing and desiring, because I was going a little crazy. I was searching everywhere for someone to explain to me what is going on. I know it's something mystical, but I need to know. So we have done our very best to break it down for you. So you go from the very beginning right through to what enlightenment means. Now, I highly recommend the audiobook version, because the audiobook version, we meditated on it for hours as it was being mastered. And there are a lot of extra little gifts in there and little bits of information that I have shared with you in the audiobook. But the book itself is a great manual for you to be prepared as you rise into the light stream. This world isn't going to just stay the same. This energy that is coming through is universal God energy. It is the universal energy that we are one with. Now, we can choose to stay the same, but we're not going to. We're either going to go backwards into fear and frustration and unhappiness and say, stay stuck, locked in front of the TV set, doing everything and anything that we can to block the silence. But the beauty, the joy, the abundance, the empowerment is in the silence. And I do speak a lot about meditation in this book, because as far as I'm concerned, meditation is the most powerful tool to be self-realized. And again, I'm going to say, I don't mean to become self-realized. That's a word that's just easy for people to understand. But what self-realization means, doesn't it, Yogananda? Getting rid of self so that you are one with your God self. So this is Michelle Blood saying, thank you, Bob Proctor, for all of your wisdom and your grace and everything that you do. You are a beautiful being, and I recommend anyone get anything by Bob Proctor. If you knew who this man was, this soul, truly beautiful. And I want to thank all of the enlightened beings, all of the sages, all of the ones who have gone before us. But here right now, there are so many things happening on our planet that you can tap into. So if you choose to get this book, get it. If you don't, you don't. It's up to you. I'm just here to share with you a little bit about what the book's about. And if you're not on the website right now where you can get the book, you go to becomeamagnet2money.com, or you can go to amazon.com or to any good bookstore. Become a magnet to money through the Sea of Unlimited Consciousness by Bob Proctor and Michelle Blood. So this is my final thing I'm going to say to you. If you knew how loved you are, who you really are, you would faint away with bliss of joy and gratitude. You are beautiful. You are powerful. Your words and thoughts do hold power, but beneath them is your God self. Please, please open yourself to your God self. Tonight, turn off the TV, sit in the silence, put on some beautiful music. Just relax and be. Namaste. In love and oneness and gratitude, this is Michelle.